Hi, welcome back to another video. Coach Cal. In case you guys didn't know, John Madden from Go Pro Baseball. He came all the way out to Brooklyn, drove an hour and a half, flew here from Florida. Before that, just to come talk to you guys, man. Give you guys some knowledge, and hopefully we do some more videos in the future. If we do, I'll make sure to ask you guys to give me some questions to ask John. There's an abundance of knowledge, and we want to make sure we learn as much as possible, especially from the pitcher, because us hitters, we got to kind of know what the enemy is going to do to us. So that's what today's video is about. We're going to try to learn and get in the head of an elite pitcher so that as a hitter, we know how to analyze and adjust. I want to hit with it.
Do you wrap it all the way around, or are you trying to set it?
I think it's like that. That's how I saw the guy do it, but obviously you got to swing and we'll try it. But this is cool. Anyways, point of the video is how to deal with elite pitching. And we're going to talk different scenarios. So I guess the first scenario, let's say you're hot. Let's say the hitter's hot. You know the hitter's hot. Early in the game, no runners on. Just typically, how would you attack that hitter?
Well, I'm not trying to let how hot or how not hot he is affect me. I'm doing my job up here. I'm not playing to him. He's playing to me. I'm the boss. I'm the man on the mound. And he's got to worry about me. That's the mindset that you got to have. You can't be being the one that's worried about what they're going to do, because that's like a defensive mindset. You got to be the man, like, I'm the man, here it comes. If you can hit it, try to hit it.
What if he's slumping? Does that affect the way you pitch him? Maybe would you be more aggressive towards the slumping bottom of the lineup guy who's, moving back, he's struggling? Or would you just give him the same?
Just gives me more confidence. I just want to eat him up. I see him slumping. I see his body language down. I know he's late on some pitches. Maybe I attack him with more fastballs because I notice he's late. But I'm just going after to eat that guy if I see his body language like that.
Yeah, who would you be more inclined to throw breaking balls to?
Breaking balls. Later in my career, I started throwing more breaking balls with guys on base, guys in scoring positions, so guys on second base. So I'm trying to induce more weak hits or have more swing and miss pitches. So for me, and this might be good if you're thinking about it from the hitter's perspective, when you get a guy in scoring position on second base, maybe expect a little bit more breaking balls than you would fastballs.
Okay. I mean, obviously that gives the runner an advantage if he knows what's coming.
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Maybe swipe the bag. Who knows?
Absolutely. And another great thing to think about it as a base runner, again, I'm a pitcher, so I don't really know. I'm just speaking from the pitcher's perspective. But in an 0-2 count, like a lot of times I'm trying to throw a slider in the dirt. So that's a great time for a guy on base. He knows that I'm throwing a pitch that's going to take longer to get there and also be in the dirt, so the catcher has to block it. That's two jumps to get to the next bag, So that's something to think about from the base runner perspective on a pitcher.
Good. How much film study did you do on hitters? Did you ever really research any of that? Did you just trust your stuff?
Yeah, I never did a lot of film study. I would watch batting practice beforehand. So I would always watch the hitters on the other team that we were playing to see their swings, because you could see a lot of things in different guys' swings. So, if you saw a guy with a big, long swing, then I know, okay, I'm going hard in on this guy. I'm attacking the sinkers. I'm going to stay, that's tough for him to handle, especially if he's getting long and away from his body. You see guys who are short and, the little grinders that are fast and they're short, they just want to put the ball in play. Well, then, hey, maybe I got to expand the zone a little bit, work the corners a little bit more for those guys, so I'm getting the weak contact. It's just studying. I did do studying, but it wasn't any video. It was all live speed batting practice before the game. And a lot of times, the higher level that you get, you're going to get scouting reports. So when I got into Division I college, I played at Auburn University, and they used to come in before every game, the coaches, and tell you exactly, what guys were hot, what their hot spots are. They would tell us what their pitchers were throwing. Like they would say, okay, in a 1-1 count, this guy throws 85%, whatever. So our hitters knew exactly what that guy was, not exactly, but had a great idea of what that guy was going to throw. So the higher you get, the better scouting reports you get, and the easier your job becomes. You kind of just know all these things before you even get to the game.
That's awesome. And how about a warm-up swing, on deck? You see a guy warming up, how much of that How much does that tell you? Does that, if anything?
I'm not looking at a warm-up swing. I already did. By that time, I already looked at them in batting practice, warming up. I don't think, you could even really see much because most of the guys, again, I'm talking from the pitcher's perspective, but I think aren't really taking full hacks, at the warm-up. And even when they're on deck circle, I'm focused on this guy here. I'm not worried about him. I'm focused one pitch at a time on the guy that I'm focusing on. And, by the time this guy gets up, I'm catching it from my third base guy. I'm ready to go and attack that guy. So I'm not focused on his warm-up swings.
Did you have any like pre-game rituals? Because you seem like just a competitive, I'm get in there and go type of guy. But did you have any set routine that you did before the game, maybe practices too?
Yeah. Routine is huge in baseball. You have to develop your routine. Like when I got drafted by the Padres, that was one of the biggest things that they tried to drill in our head was like create your own routine. Everybody's routine is going to be different, but you got to create yours. Mine was I would always listen to music beforehand before we got on the field, just because that would give you that energy, right? Because baseball, especially pro baseball, is a grind, and you get done playing at 10 o'clock at night. And then you're up for a while because your adrenaline's going, so you might not get to bed till 3 or 4 in the morning. Then you gotta sleep, you're sleeping in till 10, 11. You gotta be at the park at 1. You gotta get yourself up and ready to go, So putting the music on, staying hydrated. I always drank a lot. I always liked it before I pitched. When I was a starter, I always ate chicken parmesan the night before, and then I would always eat something light beforehand. So I had an eating routine.
Kind of thing?
Yeah. So I would have a what do they call it? Nutra something bar, some kind of bar, and I would put peanut butter on it. And it was light enough but heavy enough to make me full, but light enough to feel good and not have to go to the bathroom right before I started pitching, So, just something to give me the energy and be ready to pitch. But again, everybody's routine was different, and it's just having that routine that's important.
Sunflower seeds, gum. Easy one. That was too easy.
I like pumpkin seeds though too. You ever had the pumpkin seeds? Yeah, they're good.
I see it all the time at Whole Foods, but I've never got it. They're good. Huh? Good balance.
Yeah. I mean, I don't know if they're healthy for you, but they taste okay.
Maybe fine. How would you throw a big power guy? Like what would your sequence look like?
So again, I'm not pitching off of you. I'm pitching to my strengths and not your weaknesses. So I always want to be in that mindset. So for me, my best pitch was a sinker. So for righties, I would go a lot of sinker. I would start with sinker in. So I'm going here. I'm trying to start this pitch right here on the inner third of home plate. The inner third is just this part right here, from here to here. So I start it right here and then have it break in. I would have guys swing at the ball sometimes and then hit it in their back foot. So that's where I'm trying for righties. Yeah, because I'm throwing it here and I'm starting it low. I try to start it low and then it's breaking in this way. So I'm going sinker for righties. I would throw sinkers all day until they prove something wrong. Then I'm going to expand the zone. I'm going to throw a slider starting here. If I'm ahead of the count, if I'm 0-2, 1-2, I'm going to start it here and then bring it out of the zone. Okay, if it's earlier in the count, they show me something like he was on my sinker, then I'm going to throw a slider that's middle that breaks to a strike versus starting it out. If I'm ahead of the count, 0-2, 1-2, start it out and then break it down the way.
That's interesting. You mentioned the sinker, and even if you do kind of get to that, you're probably going to get around it. It's going to be a foul ball, right? You see a lot of foul balls off of your sinker inside?
Yep. A lot for the righties, a lot of foul balls. A lot of guys beating it down into the dirt right here, or again, a lot of swing and misses on righties because it's hard to see that pitch here and then adjust as it's coming. So that was definitely my go-to pitch on righties.
Yeah. Oddly enough, I'm a Mets fan, right? Jerry's threw a sinker up here to Will Smith from the Dodgers, and it was a ball on the K zone. He took it out like it was nothing. Kept it fair, and the idea of keeping that ball fair is tough.
You gotta keep those hands in.
Hands still strong, connected, not too much. But that's tough, man. Sinkers, unless you're on, I'd say spin on that. I don't know. Right?
Yeah. Well, because a lot of times I was throwing it for a ball, so that's a good point. Because I'm starting here, and if you're taking that, I might get 2-0, 3-0 before I start giving you more play.
Okay. Yeah. Was the umpire friendly with your sinker?
I mean, no, but guys were swinging at it. Yeah. So it was definitely a ball, but guys would swing at it because it looked like a strike coming in. But the further deeper I got into the count, then I would have to start getting more plate. So then, you're in a hitter's count. It's 2-0. Now I'm still going sinker. That's still my pitch to a righty, but I got to get more plate on it. So now you're getting a better pitch to hit, even though I'm still trying to create a lot of movement. Now for lefties though, I struggled. Lefties was a different story.
So let's switch sides.
So if you're bad at slider, I'm still going sinker until you can prove that you're better than me at that pitch. Now I will go slider eventually if you show me something. If not, I'm staying sinker even though you're a bad slider.
I like that. So I'd imagine against lefties you threw some sinkers too.
I did. So the problem is the sinker is a great pitch to lefties, and you want to pitch that pitch out here. But what happened was I was just pitching that pitch out here, and then guys started realizing that they would just lean over and slap it into left center. So I started getting a lot of hits off of lefties. So I said, man, I got to do something to keep them honest. The only thing I changed was I started busting them up and in with a flatter fastball, so with like a 4-seam. Or sometimes I would still throw a 2-seam, but I just throw it a lot harder and more up so it wouldn't have as much sink. But I'm trying to bust them in here just to keep them honest. It's for a ball. Every time it was a ball. I didn't even want to swing. I'm going 1-0 every lefty that I pitch to. But this pitch right here is keeping you honest because now you cannot dive over here. Or if you do, you got a lot of confidence. You know what I'm saying? Because I'm throwing this 96 miles an hour as fast as I can right here. So now for you to dig in and go, okay, I'm going to get this low and away sinker. That's not happening.
It just gives you something else to think about.
Something else to think about. Yeah. So now everything else is the same. Now I go sinker till you prove me wrong. Then I go slider. The only difference on a slider to a lefty is I'm trying to go to the back foot versus on a righty, I'm trying to break it a little bit more in front of the plate. So the depth of the pitch is a little bit different.
Did you disguise any of that with a changeup here and there?
My changeup was terrible.
Oh man!
I wish I could have, but my changeup was garbage.
So your out pitch, the pitch you want guys to swing at, sinker.
Sinker was my best pitch. I developed the slider after I got drafted, or actually just before I got drafted. The scout that was drafting me, because I only threw sinkers my senior year of college, and the scout was like, "We really like you, the Padre scout, but you only throw one pitch. Can you throw a slider?" I was like, "Sure, I can try to throw a slider." So I started throwing the slider like the last 3 weeks of the season, and it became a great pitch. So I developed that later on. Sinker was always my best pitch.
And increase the arsenal, right? Add to it.
Yeah.
So let's say you're in a game, your defense isn't helping you. Would you change the way you attack?
No, you can't do anything about defense. One thing you can do is make sure that you hit your infielders' fungos. You're a pitcher. That's one of your jobs, right? Make sure you got yourself a good fungo, and make sure you're helping your infielders.
Because they're helping you.
And you have no excuse. If they miss a ball, guess what? That's on you. You didn't hit them enough fungos. So that's the way I,
take initiative
about that.
I like that. I've never heard that one.
Actually, I actually learned that one today from
really?
Coach Duke. Yeah, Coach Duke in New Jersey. He's the one that told me that. So I thought that was awesome.
Oh, that's a good one.
Yeah,
it's definitely a good one. There you go. Get your fungo skills up. Help your defense get better. We need fungos. It's true. I've always struggled finding a fungo hitter growing up. Should hitters be allowed to bat flip?
To bat flip? I don't care what they do. If I do my job, they're not going to bat flip because they're going to be walking back to the dugout with their bat. Okay. So if they get hit off me and they crush a home run, I mean, they did their thing. I mean, what can I say? Now, if they're kind of showing me up and staring me down, that's a different story. But if they're celebrating, they're happy for what they did, they do a thing, they bat flip, I got to be a better pitcher because that means they just jacked one off me.
Accountability. How about a home plate celebration? That's becoming a new thing. I seen Robert Acuna rock the baby. I don't know if what do you think about that?
Yeah, I wouldn't take it personal unless they're like stepping on home plate and like staring down at me, after they jack one. I don't take that personal. Like, do your thing, celebrate with your boys, whatever. Okay, I'm gonna strike you out next time. But once you involve me, you start looking at me or mouthing something to me, then I'm gonna take it personal. But go ahead and celebrate. Okay.
I like it. Yeah, just don't make it personal, guys. It's swag, right? It's hard to do what we do. That's why basketball players can shoot 60%. We can barely hit 30, right? It's tough. It's tough, but yes, be respectful, respect the game, respect your opponents, and respect yourself ultimately because you're representing yourself, you're representing where you trained, where you grew up from. So if you want to be seen as that type of guy, then go ahead, do what you got to do. But there might be some repercussions. You might get some of the numbers, and you don't want any of that. This is it's an unforgiving hit. I already feel it. But there you have it. If you guys have any questions for next video, hopefully we get together very soon, maybe somewhere warmer.
Yeah.
But
Not far.
we'll definitely be on that. Thank you guys for watching. If you watched this far, let me know by saying train like a pro in the comment section. If you have any questions for John, Madden, next time we come out here, let me know in the comment section as well. Thank you for watching. You already know what time it is. The time is now.